Yeah, we've been hard at it most of the day here. So, I mean, this whole fissure, where there he is, James is going down. He's excavating he's excavating the floor if he can. Like that's pretty crazy. But so that's what we always call the whale hole, a vent that comes up super hard rock. I actually found that it continues along this way, and in some spots you find some, like this area here. We found super lustrous little amphiboles, and then down there you can pick out some nice matrices because on the left it slopes under, and it's real cold water, but you can get your arms down there and pull out some nice matrix out of there, right? So it sounds like people are taking a bit of lunch. I'm going to just have a stroll around and see how everyone's doing. So this is mica schist. And you can see, you know it's a mica schist by the fact it's little tiny grains of mica, a metamorphic rock. And if you find the calcite, which comes up in the fissure, there's a fissure, you can see the calcites on the right. If one wall is mica schist, the other wall is calcite, you're unlikely to find some really good crystals, which we're used to finding, right? It's pretty poor yields when you find the mica schist on one wall. What you want is gneiss. So there's your gneiss. And this wall here is just purely a gneiss, and you can see the amount of crystals that are formed along the wall. Like, this is good stuff. These are amphiboles, feldspars, apatites, the works, right? This is what we call a big dig, this particular fissure, right? Probably one of our best fissures that we've uncovered so far, and probably one of the first ones we uncovered too. But I mean, look at that. I'll get up close and see if I can do a few stills for you. So this is a pretty interesting area. Looks like a big wide fissure coming in from the swamp back there. But all of this wall, I'm trying to find with my fingers, yeah. All of this wall on the left side, right there, it's all calcite, right? And the calcite comes along, and here it touches, the calcite is touching oddly some nondescript sedimentary rock, and you can see there's some small crystals forming along here. But as I said, ideally we're looking for gneisses. That's what seems to yield us the largest, best crystals. And the reason for that is the gneiss has within it the minerals that when the superheated calcite comes up and touches the actual country rock, it being ideally gneiss, the gneiss partially melts and the crystals reform as the calcite cools. The crystals reform into the calcite, right? So that's where we're going to get our best stuff. This is weird. They've dynamited the area many years ago. I think it was back in the 1950s. And this is clearly a super wide fissure, but generally it doesn't seem to have the right components to yield good crystals for us. There's a bunch of breakdown up top there, and behind me is a fissure going down. It used to be like a foxhole. Let me show it to you. Mark excavated into it, and what we now have is an underground that, I mean, there's some interesting stuff down there. This opens up into basically a cave, right? A natural sort of cave. You gotta be careful not to drop my camera down the hole. I believe I can film in the dark. Let me just figure out how to do that. Just give me a second. This camera's it's not a great camera. I don't recommend getting the Vivitar 8K at all, but it does have an ability to actually film in the dark. Okay. Took me a while to figure it out, but I figured it out. This is what you can see down here. I'm going to try and wiggle down a bit. See how much I can get just to show you what's going on down there, just out of your own curiosity. But again, this fissure has been very much lacking in crystals, so I don't have high expectations of bothering to slip down here and find out find a treasure trove of crystals. It's not happening. So people might say, you know, why do you think a swamp is beautiful? Well, as far as I'm concerned, it really is. I mean, it's just wonderful, right? The moose come here. A bear was seen wandering along the edge there last year. Beavers, of course, but what brings me out to the swamp is looking at the blast material that's coming out of this fissure here. And I mean, look at the wild columbines. See those red things? I assume they're wild columbines. I'll zero in on it here if I can possibly do so. Yeah, you see them? Yeah, it's about as good as I can do for you, but yeah, it's kind of nice. But yeah, this is the stuff that came out of the fissure. You can just look at it, and there's very little. Okay, I see a little bit of red apatite, just a little tiny bit, of mica. Jason, what you find there, brother? Oh, yeah. There we go. There's another nice one. This is the extension of Brokeback where Jason's working. And where are you finding it? Underneath?
Yep. Oh.
That's potentially going to have a lot more, but that's beautiful, man. That's a pyroxene, I think. Can't tell. I can't see any of the ends. You know, obviously we got to clean it up and stuff, but it looks like a pyroxene coming out of Brokeback. Excellent, man. Good job. Yeah, Gavin's down at the right depth, man. He's digging Brokeback Central, which is where Mark hurt himself so bad. He says he's finding some stuff down below. What's your best one so far? Have you found anything really spectacular? Or?
There's a couple in my bucket there, but I just picked up some of these, which are
okay, like some small apatites, yeah.
Yeah, they're nice, nice and glassy, but
yes.
Some had a little guy on them, like a twin guy, but
yeah.
Small. So.
Well, if you want to come along, we'll go to the big dig, and there's some sweet stuff in the tailings, man. There really is.
For sure, yeah. I'll see.
That is nice, man. Oh, good, good. That's a good thing to see. Here we are. We're just all scavenging our rock pile here from the big dig. Our clients / guests. What do we call you guys?
Dirty.
Yeah, dirty. Yeah. Apatite is a harder thing to extract without breaking. Feldspar is not too bad. I don't know what you can see, but right there where my finger is what looks like a purple, potentially cube. I can't be sure. Probably fluorite. James just found it. Wow, that's an interesting find. I know in the core samples, way down deep, we've got fluorite, but not so much at the surface. That would be the first example of a fluorite that we found. Thank you, James. It's good stuff, man. Go for it.
This is what not to do.
Well, unless you're, look at the size of this thing. You had to dig away from it. Yeah. So we made it safe. We rolled the big boulders down the hill, moved everything away, safe as we can be. Mark's just found a pocket off to the left from which we're extracting quartz. We've got some really dark amethyst that's come out and some amazing shiny smoky quartz, like just the points, just beautiful stuff. And of course, we're dealing with the bugs. They're actually not as bad as they could be. Usually it's black flies by now, but still. So we're just piling everything. All the stuff we're taking out. Heavy duty amounts of quartz and pyroxenes together. And we'll divide it up at the end, and we'll each probably take a couple of specimens and then warehouse the rest.
Definitely in the quartz, but a lot of it's the pyroxene.
Yeah, yeah. I can see that. Oh, this is just a really good example. Just look at the squareness on the edge there, right? Quartz and pyroxene. Yeah, this is opening up our quartz layer here. We got to get these big ones out of the way before we tunnel in. There's no way we want these falling on us. No way. We've had a close one anyway at some time, so.
Try double.
Whoa, 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 look at that. Pile a bit of stuff behind it and we're good. Whoa, yeah. Oh, whoa. That is a large boulder.
Woohoo!
Well done, guys.
Look at that tube.
Okay, let's have a look.
We kind of filled it in, but
That doesn't matter.
that's the money shot, man, right there.
Absolutely.
That's where the goods are going to come out of, buddy.
Yeah.
We're in business.
Notice the shovel there, just sticking out from under that rock.
Yeah, thanks for your service.
We had a rockhound there that was, with the shovel. Or did we? I don't know. Maybe he escaped. One of us.
Yeah, might be-
Second, I'll ask you. And talk real loud.
I was going to say, I'll probably be loud.
Yeah. So what are those, Mitch?
This is pheasant's back mushroom, or
Okay.
dryad saddle is another name for it.
Why do they call it pheasant's back?
It kind of looks like a pheasant's back.
Okay, nice. And they're edible?
They are, yeah.
Nice.
Not the very best, but they are good. They're a nice mushroom in the spring.
Okay, cool, man.
Yeah. Still kind of, when you break it apart like that, it should just come right apart.
Okay.
So when you pinch it, if it's rubbery up there, it's
Getting woody, eh?
Yeah. But
Okay.
when they're young and fresh, when you pinch them, it'll come right apart, and they're actually good in burgers.
Really?
Surprisingly good in burgers.
That's different.
Yeah.
You give that a try. Not right yet. Maybe tonight. We'll see. Yeah. Yeah, so this is me and Daryl. We're good friends. Yeah, Daryl's done some great digging. Found some really good Martian blueberries. And we also had Damien along with us. So some of you are probably wondering what on earth happened with Mark's arm, because you can see it's hanging. Mark, what did the doctor say? Is that allowed to be said? Like, is it privacy of information or what?
No.
No, what did he say?
There's 3 muscles that make your arm go up and down.
Okay, yeah.
I sheared one of them. They
Whoa.
don't do surgery. They don't do anything like that because you have 2 other ones.
What kind of therapy you been doing?
He
No,
like that. He called it what he called crude physiotherapy. I was chicken wing so long, so I just put a 5-pound hammer and just like gravity slowly unlock it. I mean, it's look at it down there now.
This is the kind of guy that's one of my business partners here, man. I don't know.
Get her done.
Yeah.
He says I'm unique.
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 Nice.
Basically,
Nice.
I'm crude.
Okay. Start recording. So, guys, James and Mark and myself, we're trying to get James somewhat towards his car because he's got a Honda Accord, and he drove down Gibson Road beyond anything I would probably do in his Honda Accord. And at this point, I'm just saying, I don't know how good an idea is to go any further. But there's his Honda Accord. He tried to make it through. So for those of you who are coming, be it the following weekend or whatever, don't try and get through on Gibson Road. This is only part of what you're going to see. There's more. It only gets worse. You scare me just even thinking about it, right?
I'm scaring myself thinking about coming back.
Yeah. Good luck, buddy.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, that's as far as I could take you, man. I'm a coward at heart.
No, I appreciate you doing this once again.
Not a problem. Yeah. Call me a coward, call me whatever you want. Car's getting a workout here. I just had everything done. So I definitely don't want to trash it on this thing here. It's looking bad, man. We on our way home?
That's not for a Mitsubishi, man.
No, it's not. Mitsubishi's a city kind of car. Yeah, look at that, eh? Just bubbling up. This is a stream just bubbling up from the ground. I'm sure it sinks up there somewhere, not too far away. I mean, it's not like it's going to lead to an extensive cave system, but it's just really scenic, you know? Yeah, this is the roads here. So if you try and use the Gibson Road to connect with Madhill, where our claim is, this is what you're in for, and it gets way, way worse. I haven't even videoed the worst parts because I just wasn't sure whether it would be funny or sad, right? Okay, here's potentially an issue. Do you want to film this, Mark, while I try and negotiate the thing? You're going to go to the right. And again, whip around when we get through and see his Honda Accord, see how he does in his Honda Accord. I hate to think we may be pushing the damn thing. Oh. Oh, jeez. Oh, I made the radio going. Video him. He's going to take a run at it. Let's see. Can you get him out the window? Is it decent?
Nah.
Okay, let's see what happens.
There he goes.
How's he doing?
He made her.
You made it.
Oh, barely.
Oh, jeez. Okay, we're not pushing. Excellent. Thank you, man. Okay, we're through the worst of it. On the bright side, through the worst of it. Okay, guys, that's it for today. Real nice visit here this Saturday. Our clients were all happy. Everyone's actually able to leave. You know, we know for a fact James will be getting home tonight.